Women love to preach independence these days. But let's talk receipts. In America's student loan crisis, there is a clear winner in the who owes more competition. And no, it's not men. College said, here is your empowerment, and handed them a 30 grand bill with 6% interest. Hit the subscribe button. Don't just watch the truth, ride with it.
Through the roof. People barely making it. They not even living paycheck to paycheck. They in the hole before they even get the next paycheck. And then y'all want to start garnishing the wages for student loans.
Y'all, if the government dismantled the Department of Education, where's the money going to from the student loans that they're making us repay back? They about to garnish people wages, taxes, every fucking thing. Everybody gonna be homeless and starving and stuff. Where is this money? Where is it going back to?
And yes, I'm back because I got something to say. For those of you who voted for Trump, do y'all see what y'all transgressions did against humanity? Like, do y'all see what y'all transgressions did against humanity? Like we need something else to stress the fuck out about. Really? Student loans? Garnishing paychecks? Eggs $165 million for one? You motherfuckers know y'all.
Now, I know we stand as tall and strong on not doing a goddamn thing, but in a minute, we finna have to lean forward. They talking about garnishing what? For who? Come May 5th, they talking about garnishing checks for fucking student loans. Mecca, do you see what you have done? Now, it's over 5 million people already in debt for student loans. We were protected during Biden run. They're lifting that protection and making us pay. So, I mean, we can't...
So you know how there's a bunch of people like, oh my gosh, I gotta pay my student loan debt, are you kidding me? I thought it would just go away. To me, like, that's so dumb to think. Like, you don't think that way when it comes to your car loan that you take out, or your house loan, or your rent that you have to pay to keep the house that you're staying in, right? Like those loans you take out, you pay back, right? Every single month because you don't want your car to get repoed and you don't want to get kicked out of your house for not paying your payments, right? It's no different when it comes to student loan debt. You decided to go to college, make a terrible financial decision in a way of getting $100,000, $200,000 in debt with a massive interest rate, etc. Of course you owe it back. Like, what else do you expect? That's the way it should be.
You know what I find so funny about all of these people yelling and screaming about having to pay their student loans back? A couple of years ago, when Biden was out there saying that he was going to forgive student loan debt, that he was going to do all of these things, and basically forgive student loan debt meant that he was going to make taxpayers pay for it. So people like me, you know, like everyday families that are already living paycheck to paycheck, that it was just going to be another thing coming out of our taxes. So it does not mean that that debt was going to go away. It was going to be passed on to other people. And the people that have the student loans were totally fine with that. They were like, you know what, we went to these schools, we got these degrees, we took time out of our lives to become educated, we're going to make a better society, and basically the taxpayers owe us this. Like, we are so valuable to society, you owe us this, like, you are welcome that we got this education, you should be paying for it. And we were like, no. So now that they do have to pay for it, they have flipped the script, and now they're all coming out and being like, I took classes that were unnecessary, my degree is completely useless, I basically spent 4 years in something that is not going to benefit me. So they're saying exactly the same things that we said, except they're using it as an excuse to not pay their debt. Well, if you think your degree is useless, and you don't want to pay for it, how do you think we felt when we were told that we had to pay for your useless degree? Make it make sense.
So let's go down straight to facts. Statistics don't lie. Who owes more in student loans by gender? Women, by a long shot. Women hold about 2/3 of all student loan debts. As of recent data, women owe around $1.1 trillion of the total $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. That's about 67% of the entire student loan tab in the US. So that women graduate with more debt, about $36,000 on average, and it can be more. Some rake as high as $50,000 and even more on average. And here is the kicker. Black women are the most affected group, often borrowing more and taking longer to repay. It's been estimated that 5.3 million people defaulted in the student loan repayment, and 4 billion more are at the late stage of default payment. It's also been recorded that 10.3% student loan borrowers default within the first 3 years of repayment plan. So if Uncle Sam is coming for his money, nobody should blame him. These women pursue careers or degrees that are not translating to the workforce, so that they couldn't get a job after graduation or have difficulty finding a job. Why are women borrowing more? Well, women outnumber men in college. Women make up almost 56% of college enrollment. They are also more likely to pursue degrees that require grad school, education, healthcare, social work, which means more debt. The single mothers are more likely to default or enter forbearance. Women wanted empowerment. They wanted to go out there and compete with men. College said, "Here is your empowerment," and handed them a 30 grand bill with 6% interest. Feminism sold degrees and independence, but forgot to mention the 25 years of repayment. These women kick out their men and get married to the government husband. Now they can't leave him. The government husband is the man they can't leave. The real long-term relationship is not with Chad or Tyrone, it's with debt. Let's call it what it is. Student loan forgiveness is turning into a gendered pity party, and a lot of women are using the victim card instead of owning the choices they made. "I was just a kid." This is the most common excuse. "I was only 18. I didn't know what I was signing up for." Cool story. But nobody was forced into a degree in gender studies, signed up for $120,000 in loans, then acted shocked when Uncle Sam came knocking. These same women want to be seen as independent adults, but when it is time to pay the piper, suddenly it's the system took advantage of me. Accountability means owning the decision, not just the diploma. Modern feminism said, "Girl, go get your education, don't rely on the man." And the women did. They flooded colleges, got multiple degrees and $1 trillion in debt. But now that it's time to pay back, the government should cancel this. It's unfair. I'm struggling. You can't flex, "I don't need a man," and then beg daddy government to bail you out. That's not empowerment. That's selective independence. The bottom line is men are expected to figure it out. Women, they get to cry broke and go viral. Some are even thinking of going to get more degrees to go for their masters in order to escape this loan. I don't know how these women think. So I'm going to say this to the fellas. Don't let love turn you into a debt relief program. She went to college, took out $80,000 in loans, got a degree in feelings, and now she's looking at you like the bailout plan. She was strong, independent when she signed the dotted line, but suddenly she's fragile and overwhelmed. Now that it's time to repay. Don't be the clown who marries into a lifetime subscription of someone else's poor financial choices. You didn't take the class. You shouldn't pay the tuition. Modern women want the benefits of independence without the responsibility, and too many men are falling for it. Don't. Her debt is not your duty. Vet wisely, spend carefully, and protect your wallet like your future depends on it, because it does.